Hey, extra the unusual. Let's make people mad that I made fun of their fictional crush today. Getting right into it, Tumblr Sexymen. It might surprise just about all of you. I was never much of a Tumblr guy, you know. Considering my previous videos, that must be the world's biggest plot twist I can imagine. But it was never really something I could get into, you know. That being said, I've become very knowledgeable on aspects of Tumblr culture. I am very intrigued with DashCon in particular. One thing that has been very fascinating to me is the concept of Tumblr Sexy Men. Now, I had to get help in putting this little intro together from some people I know and also the Wikipedia page. But just in case, we're gonna put a little asterisk in the corner every time I say something that I'm not fully confident about, and then you guys can correct me in the comments when I get things wrong. So, Tumblr Sexy Men are fictional characters that a online fandom put up on a pedestal as their franchise's big sex symbol. It's like what sets them apart is that they're characters who are not traditionally designed to be like, attractive characters. Not in all senses. In some cases, they might just be villainous characters, or they have personality quirks that do not make them the traditional, the traditional sexy man, you know? Very popular amongst characters who are villainous or characters who are just weird little guys. They are usually depicted as, being very tall, skinny white guys in suits, so I guess I don't count for the purposes of this definition. Yes, they're very big in fan art, they're very big in shipping. Usually the depictions of them in their Tumblr communities vastly differ from the characters in canon. Now, I could do my regular, lore dump video type thing where I, have it broken up into sections where I discuss all the big Tumblr sexy men. But the thing is, I'm not in the mindset to understand, what makes these characters stand out to their particular fandoms. I would have to be, let me show you real quick. I was given a list on a paper bag of all the top Tumblr sexy men. I don't even know who half of these are. The other half, I'm not deep enough into the fandom to explain them to you guys without making a ton of mistakes. So rather than seeking a consultant on multiple fandoms for this one video, which would take me a couple months, and I'm trying to get things out pretty quickly for you guys. The Sonic video just came out and I haven't even started doing this one yet. So this will be a bit of a filler video where instead I am going to go through a tier list I found of about 200 of them, and okay, I'm not going to rank all of them, but I'm going to rank the ones I know. I'll show you the tiers in a second, and I can briefly discuss, do I understand why they're a sexy man? Do I get what you guys are talking about, or do I think that this is a terrible thing, and you should be ashamed of your fan preferences? Maybe not that part specifically. Okay, the tiers are, nope, it's totally valid, I get it. They sure are. Yeah, I agree, I don't see the hype, but I guess, I don't know about this one, dude. It's self-explanatory. Just conventionally attractive. Some of these I would say are just, they don't really fit the purposes of it. I think you're just attracted to this person and want to make it fit into your fandom's, niche quirkiness. Boo with about 7 O's. W2F are you even talking about here, where lowest rank, I don't agree at all. Or I don't have an opinion, but the fandom might get mad if I leave them off, so I'll just put them in here for the extra, attention. And we will get right into it and see how long this takes me. We'll be skipping a lot of them, by the way. Okay, Agatha Harkness. Ooh, yeah, she's a villainous character. She's, I would say in WandaVision, I would definitely classify her as, would it be Tumblr Sexy Woman? That doesn't feel right. I'm gonna use Sexy Man as a gender neutral term here, okay? I feel like in WandaVision, she definitely counts for it, but then in Agatha All Along, I don't know what changed there, but I do think that she's just, conventionally attractive in that sense. So I will be putting her in that tier. Okay, this is, what's the guy's name? He's from the Owl House. I never finished the Owl House, so don't tell me what happens. It's Amity's dad. Yeah, he's a signature male wife right here. You know what? I get this one. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I would say they sure are, you know? It's not my personal type, but, you know, I can see why you guys are such big fans of this guy. Alistair from Has Been Hotel. Okay, I saw season 1, so I think season 2 might have some information that changes that, but you know what? I don't want to pick a side, and I know this is a fandom where, like, if you have any opinion on it, it's the wrong opinion, so I'm gonna leave it in pink and we're gonna move on, okay? Anti-Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents. Huh. It's been a while since I've seen this guy. You know what? Yeah, I can see it, you know? He's like evil and he's blue and he's British and stuff. I can totally see what you guys are coming from here, you know? Baldy from Baldy's Basics. Are we being real here? Are we being serious? Does this character have like some underground death cult that is going to like execute me for not understanding what you're talking about here? This guy with like the Q-tip build and the big red lips, and he like follows you with the ruler. Are you serious? Going in purple. I can't even grasp where you're coming from with that one. Okay, Beetlejuice. Where would I put Beetlejuice? This is, if you guys didn't know, the unusual in my name actually comes from the movie Beetlejuice. So, you know, I think just for that, I have to put it up as, yeah, no, totally valid. Okay, Bill Cipher. Yeah, you know what? This is one of the ones that's going to go in the thumbnail, so I feel like I have to put it in no totally valid. I just feel like it's the voice, you know what I mean? Like, he's a glowing Dorito man with a top hat, but it's the voice that works, you know? Frisk McClain. Ooh. Are we talking like early seasons or later seasons? Because those are two completely different characters. You know, for early seasons where he has something of a conscience, but is still like, you know, low-key a psychopath, I would put it in they sure are. But for later seasons where he's a one-note cartoon villain, I would probably put it in boo. But you know what? Let's put it in here right now just so we can have that option, because I feel like, I don't know what I feel like. This is not a well thought out list as you can imagine. I'm kind of skipping a lot of characters I don't know. Count Bleck from Super Paper Mario. I didn't even know this. Is there like a fandom for this game I didn't know existed? Because guys, let me tell you, this game was peak for me. Like, I might do a whole video just explaining the story of that game. With his whole backstory and stuff and how he's conveyed as a character, I would put it in no totally valid, you know? Dobby from MHA. See, I feel like he's designed to be a character that you kind of like, that like fans are meant to kind of thirst after, like, you know, like kind of the edgy villain guy. I feel like with that design in mind, he doesn't qualify for this, okay? I'm just saying, like, I'm not dissing the character. I think for the purposes of this, of the definition of this, I don't count it. And okay, maybe, I think, I don't know about this one, dude. I think it would have to be just conventionally attractive, or at least designed to be a character that has a fandom, like, built into it. Dude, Dareth. The brown ninja? Oh, dude, you know what? You know, I totally get that. I get that, absolutely. Not totally valid, though. I just say they sure are, yeah. Debbie from the Addams Family. Are we being real here? Come on. Dick Dastardly and specifically Scoob 2021, 2019, what was it? I didn't watch that one, but I know Simon Cowell is in it, and then he takes off his mask and he's Dick Dastardly from Wacky Races, which is an older Hanna-Barbera show. I don't have any opinions on that. Dude, Dementio even? What is with... Okay, maybe I need to do the Super Paper Mario video. It is a really good game, guys, okay? Like, they did... You know what? I would put him in they sure are, you know? I feel like he fits the criteria here. I don't know what I would put him personally, but he fits the criteria. You know, I said this is a list of 200 and I've skipped like 40 already. See, maybe I should do this again, but I get somebody with me, and then we can do it together, you know? Okay, I haven't seen the show. I know this guy is from MLP. It's called Discord because of the Living Tombstone song. And I also know that he's voiced by the guy who plays Jane's dad in Breaking Bad, which is, I think, is pretty funny. I don't know anything about the character or what he's like, he does or he's meant to be. I know he's like a quirky villain type, you know, like kind of a doofenshmirtz. So you know what? I'm gonna put him in the pink one because I know I don't want to stoke the flames of that fandom in particular. I've seen what happens online, man. I know what it's like. Oh, speaking of, yeah, Doofenshmirtz, you know what? Yeah, dude, I'd say they sure are, you know? That's as much as I can say on that topic. Okay, Bunsen from the Muppets. Okay. I would say Beaker, I feel like, is... Are there people out there who are attracted to Beaker from the Muppets? You know, it's the internet, of course there are. Where am I personally standing on it? I don't know about this one, dude. That appears to be the Wii Fit trainer, but specifically wearing a red shirt. So maybe this is like one of those Onceler things. By the way, I'm just waiting till we get to the Onceler. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like this is an alternate version of the Wii Fit trainer. So in that case, I don't know where to put that one. So I'm gonna put it in, yeah, I don't know about this one. Okay, Dr. Herbert West. You know what? I watched Reanimator for the first time last year, and I was just thinking, like, this guy is like the prototype Tumblr sexy man, like, totally valid. By the way, once they're in the tiers, I'm not ranking them any further, I'm just putting them in there. Robotnik Jim Carrey version from the Sonic movies. Okay, guys, I have a confession to make. I know I just did that video where I got the hat on and it's getting a lot of views, but I haven't seen the Sonic movies. I know, it's so funny. I explained so much, like, useless knowledge, but I haven't seen the really mainstream movies that people really enjoy. I'll watch them this year, guys, but you know what? From what I've seen, I do think he fits the energies, like, very well, so I'm gonna put them in. They sure are, you know? Okay, Dr. Neo Cortex from Crash Bandicoot. I don't know about this one, dude. I'm being for real. I don't know how much more to say about that. Someone's gonna have to explain their life decisions to me on that one. This is from Penguins of Madagascar, right? This octopus guy? Okay, wait, what's his name? What's his name? Dave. I feel like there's an actor I know who voices him. Hold up. Maybe that'll give me an idea of it. Is it John Malkovich? You know what? Imagining, because I haven't seen it in a while, but imagining his voice coming out of the octopus, I'm gonna say, I don't even know. I don't know about this one. That is such a cop-out, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I know this from Word Girl, right? What is it? Word Girl Rat. Dr. Two Brains. I remember this. He was like an ally to her, and then, like, he swapped brains with his evil lab rat, and then he became a villain, and they never turned him back. Or maybe, it's been a while since I've seen Word Girl from PBS Kids, as you can imagine. But, you know what? I feel like I can see it, you know? I do feel like he has, like, a really high-pitched voice or something. Does he have, like, a high-pitched voice? Because that's going to inform my opinion there. You know what? I'm going to put it in. I don't know about this one, just because I need the, this is a great video. I just don't know anything. Draco Malfoy. You know what? I think he would fit the build. So you know what? Yeah, no, totally valid. Like, people are so attracted to that character, they ignore the fact that he is a, like, massive racist bully. And have, like, characterized him as, like, pure soul. You know that a character has made it when they're an abhorrent person, but fans find them so attractive they can write off all their bad actions by saying they have trauma, so it's okay. Okay, Ida from the Owl House. Okay, maybe it's maybe this says something about me, but I feel like it goes in just conventionally attractive, but I don't know if the character's designed to be, honestly, and I feel like that's gotta be a weird judgment call, so I'm gonna put them in no, totally valid. Okay, Girahim. What? I have never thought about that. You know what? It is a tall, skinny, like, you know, pale guy who is in a villain role, so you know what? I'll say they sure are. What is this mouse name? Geronimo Stilton, right? Is that it? Okay, well, let me look this up. Yes, Geronimo Stilton, okay. No opinion, but I feel like I remember in elementary school people, like, were ride or die for these books, so I'm gonna put him in. I don't have an opinion. Okay, who else is on here? Lord Garmadon. Are we? Okay, you know what? I would say, oof. I'm trying to think. Would this be? Okay, this would definitely be from the TV show. The movie doesn't have a big fandom like the TV show did, so you know what? I'm gonna say they. Oof. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know about this one, dude. I don't know if Lord Garmadon fits the criteria here. Okay, that's Ponyo's dad, right? Voiced by Liam Neeson, I think. You know what? I can see it fitting there. I'm gonna put it in. They sure are. He's a weird, quirky guy, I think. Gideon Graves. Okay, I guess that depends on which version you're talking about, but they used a photo from the comics, so I'm gonna assume the comics. In which case, I'm gonna say they sure are. Okay, who else have we got here? Who else we got? Harley Quinn. Are you what? Okay. Maybe it is another thing of, like, the modern, like, iterations of the character, but I would say it is just conventionally attractive. Okay, Herobrine. Guys, it's Is this gonna be another creepypasta thing? Okay, how many of them are gonna be on there? Because a lot of them were Tumblr Sexymen, as I said in that video. Dude, I feel like, I don't know. I would rather put this regular Steve from Minecraft over Herobrine, to be honest. I'm putting him in the boo tier. Hopper from A Bug's Life. The thing is, with a lot of animated characters, the voice actor plays into it, you know? And I feel like his voice definitely adds to like that villainous, like creepy aspect that I could see people making people fans of him. But then you remember who voices him, so you know what, we're gonna put it right here. Just for that fact, okay? Is that like a very biased and not great way of ranking? Yeah, but I mean, it's a tier list of Tumblr Sexymen. I don't think people really care that deeply about it. The Red Imposter, or Red Crewmate, I mean, totally valid. Okay, the Invisible Man from Hotel Transylvania. You know what? I'm putting them in. I'm putting him in They Sure Are, just because of how insane the backlash was when they revealed what he really looked like. Because people had built up the fandom design of his character, what he looked like when he's visible, so much they got that angry over it. I'm like, that is one of the peak things of this genre, so has to be up there very high. Just, not my personal thing, you know. I hear that voice and I just hear Cusco. Okay, Jack from Jack in the Box. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say, you know what? I totally get it, totally valid. I don't know what it is, okay? Whereas Jack Skellington is like, yeah, they sure are. I think Tim Burton characters are kind of the prototype for this, like, whole subgenre. But of course, we haven't gotten to the big one yet. He must be hidden somewhere in that list. I can feel him impeding just closer and closer to me. This is JD from Heathers. Yeah, just conventionally attractive. I'll just say that. I mean, come on. That's kind of the point, I feel like. King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph. What are you guys talking about? Are you serious with this one? No, I'm not even humoring that one. That one is terrible. Ben Swolo is... Is it Ben Swolo, or is it just going to be Kylo Ren in general? Because I feel like both of those are like two separate characters to me. Where, you know what, let's rank it as if I was ranking Ben Swolo, which I would put in just conventionally attractive. Kylo Ren would be somewhere in They Sure Are, I feel like, though. They're different characters, you have to keep that in mind. Okay, this is the... Okay, what? Are we being for real here? Is this... Okay, I didn't even know there was a fandom for this, for the Angry Birds movie from 2016. What... Were we just trying to, like, fill out characters on this? Okay, I don't believe that there is, like, a genuine fandom for this guy. Okay, Loki is... Okay, this one's a bit tricky, because I feel like I put Loki up there, but I'm like, is Loki just conventionally attractive? Or did, like, the concept of Loki as, like, a sex symbol just... It is such a, like, cultural thing now that I have forgotten if he's even meant to be, you know? I'm gonna put him in just conventionally attractive. How many more of these are there? I'm losing my mind right now. Mad Mod from Teen Titans. That's his name, right? Nah, boo. Okay, the man in the yellow hat from Curious George. Does he have a real name? Is he even the man in the yellow hat? Is that like his name? What is his real name? His name is Ted Shackleford. I didn't know that. And I know a lot of, like, random, like, real character names. But you know what? I can totally see why people are into this guy. I don't get it. I'm gonna put him in They Sure Are. Marks from Kirby. I'm not sure about this one, to be honest. Like, when he, like, turns into, like, his, like, cosmic horror form, or when he's, like, a little guy on a bouncy ball. Like, which one are you talking about? The medic from TF2. Yeah, no, I can actually see that one pretty... Okay, Megamind. Oh, dude. Yeah. We're gonna have to speed run a bunch of these, I feel, because the recording's already been going on for like 30 minutes at this point. Okay, another Michael from The Good Place. Okay, Ted Danson was like a big TV star who's like the big, you know, like leading man for a while, so I would say just conventionally attractive. I don't know if it's my type when he's like an older dude, you know? Would say up there. Totally, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on anything. Mr. L, dude, why are there so many, like, Super Paper Mario reps in this thing? They sure are, you know? That's what I would say. Because, like, he's villainous and he's a goofball, but it's like Luigi, and I feel like, I don't know. I feel like regular Luigi is also in, you know, sure are. Miss Pauling from TF2. I don't know. I feel like that is just a lot of people's, like, type, and she's not that much of, like, a oddball personality or something that's not conventionally there. Like, it is, like, I think it is just, you know, corporate woman. Mr. Peanut, you know what? You know I'm putting Mr. Peanut is right there. And what are you even talking about? He's a peanut, man. Dude, and also he's like a baby now. He's a teenager or something because he died and came back to life and nobody even bought more of the product. Imagine doing that. They literally killed off their mascot and nobody cared because nobody gives a fuck about Mr. Peanut. Alright, Murdoch though? Yeah, I can see Murdoch being a thing. I feel like 2D more specifically though. I don't know if 2D would be on here, but I think 2D is definitely like would rank up there higher than Murdoch. There he is, there he is. He's not wearing the green suit though, so I couldn't spot him out immediately, but we found him eventually. And you know where he's going? He's going right there in, no, I'm kidding, okay? I'm putting it in pink, actually. I have no opinions on the Onceler. I need to do full video coming soon, okay? This video exists because I couldn't research all the Onceler stuff in enough time to, like, get these videos popping out consistently. Alright, Papyrus from Undertale? Yeah, they sure are. Okay, Phantom of the Opera, this might be the original, actually. I would say totally valid. I think this is definitely the oldest example on here, unless we're including, like, characters from Greek mythology, which they might be, you know. I've seen Greek mythology fans on Tumblr go nuts. How many more of these? It is 200, though. Okay, Purple Man, specifically William Afton. I'd say they sure are. I didn't see Michael on here, but I feel like Michael also falls into the category. I dressed up as Michael Afton for Halloween last year, by the way. Okay, the hipster cat from Animal Crossing. What is his name? Okay, Raymond. Yes, Raymond. He's dripped out. I'll give him that, and I think that, you know, gives him a spot, and they sure are. Oh my god, so many of these. I keep losing my spot. Okay, is this Roberto, I think, from Futurama? You know what, I've always hated this guy, so I'm putting him in Boo, but I can understand why he has that fandom to him. Rick from Rick and Morty, you know what, I'd say they sure are, you know. I can understand, like, where people are coming from and why that character gets classified as such. I don't fully get it, though, to be honest. Okay, Shigo from Kim Possible. Is Shigo just, like, conventionally attractive? I don't know, even. Like, is she designed to be? I can see the fandom there, but I'm gonna put just conventionally attractive. Okay, there is the top ranking one as far as I know, Sans, of course. And I think just for that, we have to put Sans at the very top of the list, just because Sans did win the tournament, so yeah. I did not talk about that at the beginning, did I? The Tumblr Sexymen tournament, Sans won. The Notebook from DHMIS? Okay, I know the clock is a really big one, but the Notebook? No. Boo, I don't... Like, everything about the Notebook just screams out, like, just, like, plain toast vanilla, like, starter, like, villain. Has absolutely no spice to it like the clock does. What's the clock's name? Tony the Clock, yes. No spice to that character, the Notebook. It's not even the movie. The Sniper from TF2, though, I don't know if this is controversial or if this is just my opinion. I would say the Sniper is just like, he's just like a chiseled Australian man. I feel like that character was designed to be, like, at least somewhat attractive, so I don't think he falls into it. Also, his personality is just guy who, like, does his job. Sonic EXE, dude, dude, I need to break away from this, okay? I need to stop seeing this. Okay, specifically the Grinch as played by Benedict Cumberbatch. Boo. That Smash Bros. League wasn't even real. What else do we have to remember that guy from? This one is just a signature. This one here is just a signature. What does that mean? I don't know what that is. There's the clock, though. This clock guy. You know what? He sure is. He's one of the defining ones. I get, he is my favorite DHMIS villain from the original 6, so you know what? I can understand the fandom there, but if it was the red guy, I would totally put him up there way higher. He's probably on here, isn't he? Okay, Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. Nope, I don't get this one at all. I'm sorry, I don't get it, okay? Yeah, it's a cool design and whatever, but I think the character is just, like, doesn't interest me at all. The Spy, on the other hand, totally valid, absolutely, dude. I love the Spy. Okay, the Stands. See, I'm not sure about this one. I would say just conventionally attractive. I don't think they're meant to be. I think that is just, the fandom has warped my brain, you know? So I think I would just have to put both of them side by side with each other in the top tier is just my opinion as, yeah, totally valid. Correct me if I was wrong and they are just conventionally attractive and I need to delete this video. I've gotten it all wrong. Let me know. Comment that exactly, by the way. Oh, there's still so much left. I'm only an S. Sephiroth counts? Oh, I think Sephiroth could definitely count. You know what? Totally valid. I get that one. It's another example. Okay, Tate Langdon's another example. The character is so awful, people are so attracted to him that they're able to like make up reasons to excuse his behavior. So you know what? He has to go up there, as they sure are. The thing is, great looking guy, Evan Peters, but I really hate Tate as a character. Like, come at me all you want for that one. I just think Tate is a very overrated character. His fandom does not help with that. Okay, Vanny from. Okay, specifically. Oof. Okay, I'm thinking about this. Okay, is Vanny Vanessa confirmed? It is. Yeah. Okay, it's been a while. I'm relearning everything like about the Steel Wool era, about FNAF. But I think Vanny would just be, unless it is like her specifically in the costume, which you know what, they sure are. Then if it's her out of the costume, I think it would just be conventionally attractive. That's Tim from Tim and Moby. Okay, Waluigi. In total silence, we move that one. So that's all the ones I could distinctly give an opinion on this list. I left out roughly about 200, but you know what? You can go make the list yourself, and you can put all of them on there because support tier list makers. Comment if you agree with my takes, or comment if you disagree with my takes. I'll debate you about it. Probably, maybe not. We'll have a better video out soon. This was fun though, you know. It's really cool to see into people's minds and their fandoms. Happy New Year's and stuff. Peace out.